The hard
points.
fade of our audio there.
There we go.
So, welcome everybody to session 2. Who wants to give a recap?
Sure, I'll do it.
All right.
So, last we left off, the group of us had been hired by Narama, a crime lord, who wants us to go seek out some kind of abandoned facility, I believe, or at least the region it's in. And along the way to doing that, we encountered a derelict ship that had been attacked by something. Rescued some people aboard it, and then after that, we found some weird spiral hangar in an asteroid. Got inside, and then it's basically just been like an alien movie since then. Probably gonna
That's
die.
good, yeah.
We found some weird alien things. I picture them very weird in my head. They have like 6 eyes. They're all dead.
Yeah.
We now can't speak in this chamber, apparently.
You can speak, you just can't hear.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, more that sound. There's no sound, so no sound in anything, footsteps or anything was the key part of it. So, yeah, that's basically a good recap there for sure. So, yeah, you guys have entered into this mysterious asteroid that Narama wants you guys to check out. And again, you know, it's somehow lit up all with inside, whatever force or whatever is behind that. And you've explored a little bit, and you've entered in this one room, and yes, you saw these weird alien creatures sprawled about the room. It looks like they had been there for quite a while. And then you did see one that it was over some sort of an ancient console, and it revealed a hologram image of some round orb object that was pretty interesting to you. And I believe that's where we left off, right? You guys left the room, and
Yeah,
that was it, right?
we just got in the hallway, and then
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So we pick back up right there as you guys are just leaving that room, and from here it's just essentially, more caverns and whatnot that are before you. Again, there are a lot of doors that you can see, these same kind of spiral iris doors, but again, most of them, the one you entered was lit up, but the most of them are not. Let's see, Valen. Give me a perception check, please.
Uh-oh. Okay, let me pull this up here. Perception.
All right. Very good. So, you guys come out of the this initial room. You're back into the hallway, of this cavern. You see before you, just the cavern continues on, and there is another few doors that dot the hallway, and towards the end of it, you can see glow of light a little bit around the corner there, similar to the light that had came from the door that you just entered.
Well, should we carry on? We can't even hear each other, can we?
It's true. You cannot.
No one answers.
Everybody put on mute.
Yeah. There you go.
Do charades.
Totally. Let's totally RP this. Everybody on mute. Is that the only light we see?
There's a few other. It's not a heavy spider web, but there are a few other hallways, if you will, here in the cavern, and there's some glow that come from a few of them, but there'd be one that's this stronger glow that sticks out. But yeah, there's definitely some other light.
Okay. I mean, I guess if we head towards the, I guess the brighter light, we'll probably kind of just stop and maybe peek in those other rooms that have some light and see if it's just more of the same or if there's anything kind of interesting in them.
Yeah. So as you make your way down towards the strongest of the light, but stopping by some of the other rooms, the doors. So as you step towards them that do have light themselves as well, they open up in that similar fashion, like an iris. And the first one you pop into, it's a pretty nondescript room. It looks, again, the dust of time has settled here. There is, you do find. There is at least one of these alien bodies similar to the other room that is just, sitting there. Clearly has long gone there, but otherwise, there's nothing really that stands out in this room.
All right.
Well, then I suppose we carry on down the hallway, and I think it goes left, right?
Yes, I think it did.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
start
just
walking that way.
yeah, I keep recording stuff for the client and just keep following along the path.
Okay. All right.
Cloverfield documentary.
Yeah.
I'll follow Pat. I'll follow Krellin.
All right. So as you guys continue on, you get towards another door that's similar to most of the other ones that you've seen so far. And again, this one, though, is lit up brightly at the entrance as you step forward. Then, yeah, are you stepping forward to try and enter the room?
Yes, I will walk to my death.
All right. So you step forward, and again, the doors open up just like the iris of the other, like an iris of the other doors, a shutter. And you step in, and as the door opens, you do see a brightly lit chamber here. And a little unique to this room is there is one of those walls of lights, those floating motes of light. There is another field of those on the other side of this doorway, where some of the other rooms, a couple other rooms that you've gone into, there was like that wall of light outside of it, and not as you came inside, but this one seems to have one on both sides of the door here, the doorway. But past that, you do see a massive structure hovering in the middle of the room. The room itself is somewhat cylindrical, and there are crystals that are embedded in the rounded walls that pulse with light on the outside of the walls of the room. And there is the light that pulses from these, and there's a suspended sphere, a huge globe that looks to be made of some sort of metal webbing. So something that is pretty recognizable to at least a couple of you from your recent investigations in another room. So this looks very similar to what you saw in that hologram image back in that other chamber. And you see on the globe at every junction there of this metal and whatnot, there's more crystals that glow and pulse with light. And it looks that there's waves of more light jump off from some of these crystals to the walls and back and whatnot like that. There are also orbiting the globe itself as well are flying shards of same black metal that makes up much of the room, much of the structure itself. I just kind of seem to be floating around it in all different directions. Very sharp pointed on both ends and seem to fly in different speeds and never-ending spirals around the room. Are you guys stepping in?
Sure, I walk in.
All right.
I'll reluctantly follow behind Krellin.
So as you step in and you go past that wall of light, one thing you immediately notice that you can hear.
I was gonna say, is that what it is?
It's you know, I would personally you know, envision, probably not the right word envision, but think of it as you know, if your ears were super plugged up and you can't hear, you know, you got headphones on, but you know, basically you're you know, plugged headphones, and then you take them out, and you know, just that sense comes back, and right away you notice that, and then all around you, and it's almost it's just it's almost overwhelming, the sound that comes back. I mean, all around you, throughout the chamber is just throughout the globe, arc of the globe, and whispering up from each of the spinning shards, noise surrounds you. You begin to hear, you know, all sorts of different sounds. You hear repeated tapping noises, padded noises. There is some longer and louder noises, you know, dim roars of some sort. And you know, few little things here and there, some noises that might sound somewhat mechanical at times, and these sounds just kind of seem to, you know, come and go, but you know, you definitely feel their presence.
Okay. Well, I suppose this is an improvement than the previous chamber.
Yeah, at least we can hear.
Yeah, we can talk to each other.
So,
What should we look at first?
crystals worked last time.
So
Yeah.
give me perception checks all around. Ooh,
Oh.
nat 1 and a nat 20. All right.
All right.
I didn't see shit.
Lan is focusing himself on the visual as well, though, not necessarily paying attention to the sounds.
Well, he's taking the video. He doesn't
Right,
have time
yep.
to look
Yeah.
at the details.
Dak, yeah, Dak might be a little enamored by the visual as well. But Krellin, you know, whether you know, you're the first one in the room and you're just taking this all in, and maybe just your studious mind, you pick up and you start beginning to separate and identify some of these sounds. You know, you're not very certain, but you feel very confident that a lot what these sounds are sounds that you and your companions have made. So the padding and the tapping sounds very similar to footsteps. It seems very similar to probably the noise that you all have been making as you've come through here. The heavy roar sounds very similar to that of the engines of your starship, and then other aspects of, you know, your boarding ramp coming down and things like that as that goes on. Yeah, so you just pick up on that, and you know, it seems that as especially when that louder noise of like the engines and stuff come on, it seems that the light, you know, grows in intensity, and the globe it almost shudders for a moment, and it seems that some of the light inside, one of the pulses in light almost grows, and then it just starts shooting around inside, you know, like a, you know, whatever, like a bullet or a ray of light that goes in and is just piercing off a mirror ball inside. And then it rebounds, and then eventually it does break through the edge and launches outwards, slamming into one of the crystals on the wall. And as it does so, it's a loud and hissing crack, and the crystal that it hits on the wall actually goes dark. And as this happens, you notice that a few other crystals around the room have also gone dark. Not nearby, but in other locations, which you could gather that that sound had, bursts of sound or whatever have caused this in various places. You also notice that there's a little bit of a smoke that comes from that crystal on the wall, and it just a few from the one that just happened, and then you can see that a few other ones, they look fresh enough to have gone out that it seems that recently this has happened again as well.
Interesting. So are the crystals that went out are like just spread throughout the room, or?
Yep, there's not necessarily any pattern or anything like
Right.
that to it. Yeah, it just seems that this light energy has blasted out of the central globe and ran into one of those and cut out its light.
Mm-hmm. And are there any other doors in this room, or is this the only one?
Just the one that you came in.
Okay then. I will go and look at the closest one that went out, the closest crystal
Okay.
that has no more light, and see if like touching it or like looking around if there's something else to it that might reactivate it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, you make your way over there towards that crystal. And as you walk by, I mean, this globe, and these shards it engulfs most of the majority of the room. And as you walk by, assuming that, you're very aware of this threat, but you can hear and almost feel as these shards kind of whoosh, whoosh by you, at your back as you almost have to hug the wall to go around this large globe, these flying shards. But you go up to the crystal that had just gone out, and investigate it. And again, you get up closer, you can see that it looks similar to the ones that were on that console, but you can also see that it looks like some sort of a light bulb or whatever light source that had taken too much energy and was just burnt out. Definitely a darker hue to the inside of it now.
Okay. I will sort of wait and see if what the others do.
How much of what Krellin saw do we know? My robe got stuck on something, obviously, so I wasn't paying attention.
More that you guys might
I
not
didn't say
have.
anything.
Yeah, you guys have seen everything. You just maybe haven't picked up on what the sounds are. You've heard the sounds, you've seen and heard everything, but Krellin was able to piece together that, all right, these sounds are darn similar to, as described.
So how big is this room? Like, say from like the entrance to the far end, like directly across. Is it like a big chamber or?
Yeah, pretty good size. I don't know, call it 30, 40 feet maybe. So yeah, very large, massive globe in the middle of this thing.
Can I try using my comm link to contact them? Does it work?
Contact who?
The group. That's
Like we're like
in
in the room with you.
I know. I just want to.
Oh, I see.
Would that work or?
Yeah, I mean you can try. Yeah, you gonna pull it out and try and use that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you go ahead and just kind of call in, and then there's a beep and an echo from all of you guys that have comm links as well, and Krellin's voice comes out, and then there's a little bit of a delay, and then all of a sudden you hear a sound that it's a muffled, like you don't hear the exact message, or maybe even but it's just a very muffled version of of that beep of the comm, and then a little bit of the words that come through.
Okay. I'll just sort of shimmy my way back over, avoiding the floating things that seem not conductive to good health, and get back over and just say, I believe that we are in an echo chamber of some sort. Anything we say and anything we have said, or any sounds we make, seem to be playing at a delay.
See, does it come back exact? Is it replicating the sound, or is it just imitating it?
Just sort of a muffled version. It just not right. Like it's just kind of muffled, but like the same thing.
Yeah, yep, probably more like
Okay.
the pitch and whatnot. So yeah, as even as you're having this conversation, your voices, they're not, very loud in a sense compared to some of the other ones, but it's still there. The comm link wasn't necessarily loud, but Krellin paying attention to it, you definitely picked up on like, all right, I just made this sound with the comm links. That was just basically a replica or whatever of that sound. And then as you have this conversation, you get that same thing again. There's the light pulses a little bit inside the globe, and you hear kind of a playback, if you will, of that sound.
Do the sounds keep repeating over and over? So like it loops back around and we'll hear the ship engine and then the comm link beeping and then they're talking and then the engines again and then the comm link, or is it just like a one-time echo and then that's it?
No, it's you've heard the main sounds initially, but it has not repeated yet.
So, oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna ask. In the center, you sort of described like, are there multiple orbs, or is it like sort of like one bigger one?
One large globe, so this metal mesh spider web there, and then that has so you've got the gems on the walls, then there are just points of light within the globe, as well as then there's these sharp shards that are orbiting around the globe itself as well.
I'm wondering if, based on what you've told us, Krellin, if this might be some sort of recording device. What purpose would they have to imitate sound? I mean, there could be a bunch of reasons, but
Very good question.
just to record sound, I mean, what purpose is there?
Perhaps this whole structure seems very attuned with the force as you are. Perhaps try using some on this orb? I'm truthfully not sure how to proceed here. But
Me either. I worry about kickstarting something, some sort of reaction that we don't know what it does. I mean,
what isn't that exciting?
Not too many moments after Dak was inquiring about whether this sound repeats or whatnot, you do begin the globe. There is a very loud sound, Krellin, that you pick out to the sound of an engine, your starship's engine, things like that. And again, the globe goes through this a lot more violent reaction to those heavier sounds. It shudders again, and there's a pulse of light inside that glows and then begins to jumping off the walls internally, and then eventually finds its way out. And this one goes up more towards the ceiling, and it hits another gem. But at this time, it seems that the room itself almost trembles. That this blast of sound, just louder or whatever, or it hit a weak spot, and it seems that this crack just splinters across the ceiling from this blast of energy that came out of the ball at this time. Krellin, give me another perception check, please.
Roger. Oh.
Ooh, all right.
There we go.
So, yeah, you recognize the sound again. You still know that this sound is you can identify the sounds. So it's, again, you just hear the sound of an engine again, and then you hear some footsteps and things like that, things that you would equate to footsteps and whatnot.
Right, so basically just sort of realizing that it is cycling a bit, essentially.
That is your perception, yes.
Yeah. I would assume, like, since I pointed it out earlier, is this something like that Dak would have picked up on? Or
yeah, so everyone else, go ahead. Everyone else can give me perception checks, actually. That's valid.
I'm still way into the recording, it looks like.
All right, so Valen and Dak, as Krellin has called this out and said, hey, that's what these sounds were, and you guys are like, oh, okay, yeah, I can hear that now. And then the sounds come again, and you all again, you're like, okay, yeah, there it is again. And Dak, you specifically, because you're the one that kind of inquired about, is this repeating? As this sounds come around, and initially you think, all right, they are repeating, but there's something a little bit different. There's enough difference in these sounds, whether the timing, the pattern, whatever, volume, that you question if it is repeating.
Wait, was that Dak or Valen too?
You'd pick up on that a little bit as well, Valen, yeah.
Okay. It's like, could that have been another ship? Are we alone here? If we were out in that hallway not being able to hear anything, we certainly wouldn't hear another one coming through. Or maybe there's a way to check and see if this thing has some sort of archive on the sounds it's collecting. It's not really my area of expertise, but
well, as I said, maybe try shooting it with some of your abilities.
we could start small. Caution.
Yeah, Kimber, did you say there's any kind of console in this room like there was in the previous room?
There is not. As you look around, it looks like this is pretty much the feature of the room is this globe.
Okay, and the gems or whatever are like embedded in the exterior
On the wall,
of
yeah.
the room.
Yep.
Okay, are any of them at like our level? If I walked over to one of the gyms, or did Krellin already do that? I can't remember.
He walked over to one of them that had just went out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I walk over to one that's still lit up?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to do that, and maybe see, put my hand out towards it and see if I feel anything coming off of the gym.
Yeah, give me so you walk up to that and you reach out and you don't really pick up on anything, no. Nothing,
Okay.
not really any heat or anything even beyond that.
How is the gym embedded in the wall? Is it like super fixed in there like Gorilla Glue, or could it get popped out?
I mean, that's something you could try. You could find out if you want to give me an investigation check to see. It looks like they're well embedded. Yeah, almost either grown right out of the rock or in their
Okay.
pretty
Then I thought I might
specifically.
take my little blade out and see if I could pop one out, see how fixed in they are.
Okay. Yeah, so give me a let's see.
Now, if it's not gonna come out like kind of like I don't want to super like force it out. So I just
Mhm.
kind of want to see like, oh, okay, is it
Yeah.
something that looks like it was planted in there, or to your point, like it grew out of the rock, or it's encased in the wall?
So give me give me an investigation check as you kind of, take your knife up there and yeah. So, you this is definitely lodged into this wall. It's not going to, pop out easily at all. Uh, simply just digging at it with your knife. It's definitely established in the wall there.
Okay.
There's a little bit more reaction to the globe than just you guys talking, especially with this scraping noise up against the gem as well.
Okay. But it didn't necessarily react like right away to me messing with the rock
Nope.
outside of
No,
just
not
the
necessarily. No.
sound. Okay. Wasn't like my children, I'm angry.
Nope.
Okay. I guess I'll just
Um,
relay that information back to the group that yeah, these rocks are in there pretty good. They're not just gonna pop out.
all right. Well, Mr. Krellin, what exactly did you have in mind with manipulating this globe? Just so I have some sort of plan.
Oh, I had no idea. I don't know what your abilities do. That's not my specialty. I just
I meant,
figured there's been some mystical things in here, and if you shoot mystical things at it, maybe it'll make an even more mystical thing.
I see. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's start small. How about that? I want to use force. Let's do pull. Force pull. I want to just those little metal shards flying around. I want to try to. Uh, oh, there it is. I just want to try to manipulate one, just ever so slightly. See what it's doing.
Okay.
See if there is some sort of reaction from it.
Yeah. So as you reach out and concentrate, trying to grab one of them as they spin around the globe there, and feel like you're able to grab onto one for a little bit, but there's a very strong force here that is holding them in orbit, spiraling around, and you slow it down a little bit, but then after a few moments, it breaks out of your concentration and then just continues going back and spiraling around the globe.
Mm. Yeah, this thing's a little more powerful than at least than I'm able to do. It seems to react to sound. We've seen, but what would be good to do on it without destroying it?
Oh, well,
You can't keep experimenting with it if we destroy it, right? So,
while he was experimenting, Krellin leaned over to Lan and been like, "If all else fails, will you help me just experiment with this thing more aggressively?"
Hey, I'll shoot one of them if that's what you want.
I would love that.
So as you guys are after Valen does his thing, there comes another pulse of light energy from inside the globe, and you guys begin to hear sounds of, what you put together as footstep sounds, something like that, and they seem the pace of them is a little bit higher than the pace that you all had taken through the caverns thus far.
it's like we're just hearing this now.
Yes.
I'd be like, we didn't come in that fast, did we? It's like a clicky, like a click clack
Yep.
sort of sound.
From previously when Krellin did the comlink sort of echo test, Did we get an indication of the time delay on from when that happened until we heard it come through? Was it like 1 minute, 10 minutes?
It was, maybe a moment or two. Yeah, it wasn't very long at all, actually.
Okay. All right. Because you said that the engines we heard sounded like engines, but not quite like the first set of engines that we heard,
Right.
correct?
Right.
Okay. Now we've heard footsteps that don't seem to match the footsteps we heard previously.
Right.
Okay. Um, I guess based on Dak's previous perception on all of that, I don't want to metagame this too hard with what I am thinking. Would Dak be able to surmise that perhaps those engines were from a different ship that landed recently-ish, and these footsteps are from other creatures making noise that are not ours?
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
Okay. I'm gonna say to the rest of the group, we might have company, and Dak would position himself to be able to keep an eye on the door they came in through. Is it open or shut now? The door itself.
Shut behind you.
Okay.
Yep.
So I will, yeah, kind of position myself to watch the door and draw one of my blasters as well.
Okay. So footsteps continue. You hear the noise, faster footsteps as well, and you begin telling the rest of the group that you think there is company here, and then you see a pulse of light grow in the globe, and then you just hear this very loud, you know, fast, repetitive noises that sounds very similar to muffled some sort of blaster fire. And then some sounds of shouting and whatnot, and it just seems to like build up within the globe, and as that other one before, it bounces throughout the globe here and there, and then shoots out again and goes towards another wall, and it hits a crystal here, and again, now this one creates another fissure in the wall, and as the whole room seems to shudder, and it shows signs that gives you guys concern that there's some potential for some disastrous deterioration here in the structure that you are in.
Okay.
And it's oh, sorry. I was gonna say, is there a viewport at all, like out into space, or is it another enclosed room?
Just enclosed here. You guys
We
are you guys are in deep within this asteroid.
we left a comm link with
Yeah,
Frost
I got
and yeah.
yeah, I got their frequencies or whatever.
Let's try to reach them and just check in, see what's happening.
Yeah.
I concur.
All right.
Good
So
luck.
you reach out and try your comm, and initially there is no response. You do know that those three were all pretty banged up, and I'd say, I think a couple of them at least were rough enough that they're likely in deep rest from their own injuries from their starship being attacked.
All right. Did any of the sounds we heard during the blaster fire sound like Wookiee cries? the unmistakable growl of a Wookiee.
I would probably recognize that if it were.
Yeah, so no, the shouts, I mean, still very muffled, but no, there's nothing among them that comes out in that style.
All right.
And did all of us notice like the blaster sounds and stuff?
Oh
Sort of
yeah,
echoey?
yep, you guys can all hear
Okay.
that for sure. So, yeah. And I'd say being a little bit more, paying attention a little bit more to the sounds and whatnot. Yeah, you'd pick out what those sounds were.
So this thing seems to react poorly to sound.
Especially if
Or
it's loud.
you know, would I recognize any sort of relationship between certain types of sounds versus others?
No, no. While you guys have been in here, it
Okay.
doesn't seem that anything. It just sound in general. Really, the biggest thing is that the louder it is, the more chaos it causes.
I'm still puzzled by this thing. What is its purpose? Let's put something in here that takes all the sound we make and just kills us with it. That sounds brilliant.
If I had a grenade, I probably would have already thrown it at this thing. I'm just being honest. I was out of ideas. Force power didn't work, so
Okay. So we already did a check. We don't recognize, I think it was last session, we don't recognize, or I don't recognize any, like what this is. This is all foreign to me.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I think Valen's gonna walk up to that globe, and he's not gonna aim it at it, but he's gonna pull out the Shoto, the double Shoto, and ignite both blades, and just see what it does.
Okay. Igniting your blade.
Both of them.
Okay. Yeah. So they come out and that familiar snap hiss of your blades, and there is a reaction from the globe. It's not a decent reaction, but nothing as substantial as what previously happened.
Okay. It's just more of the same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will deactivate the blades. Like, well, I was hoping maybe it would recognize Jedi or pray tell some other Force sect that uses lightsabers. Maybe it would recognize them or the Jedi, but I'm out of ideas here. This is a little out of my league.
Well, I think Lan is reasoning that sound is vibrations. So he pulls his vibro dagger out, it turns that on, and puts that up to the orb and taps the orb with his vibro dagger to see how it reacts to that.
All right. So as you reach out your arm and you go, so these shards are whipping around this thing. Are you still trying to reach out and
I
go
just
after
want to
it?
tap. I just want to get a quick tap in
Okay.
there. I'll even throw the dagger through to make a throw if I have to save my arm. I won't sacrifice my shooting arm on this.
Okay, so you would be wise enough to realize that it's probably not the brightest idea to put your arm in there because these shards do look pretty serious here. So you want to throw your blade at it?
Yeah, I'll just throw it like a throwing dagger.
Okay. You turn that on and go ahead and give it a throw, and there is a little bit more of a reaction here. And you then hear the sound, and it's the sound of the dagger hitting the globe. It falls to the ground, and that makes a sound as well. And it seems that you have disturbed it a little bit extra by the physical force, but still not anything too wild.
Okay, so nothing special about the vibrations from my vibro dagger.
Right.
Either.
Nope.
Okay, so it just seems to be the louder the sound and the greater the force, the more this reacts. So
Right.
it's like a sound or force amplifier of some kind, I guess.
Okay.
A few more moments go by, and again, there's a little bit more shouting. It sounds like, and then blaster fire and whatnot, and another eruption of energy within the globe going through and courses out. And this one comes down and shoots out. Everyone give me dexterity saves. Here. All right. So, Valen, unfortunately, this comes down and hits close to you, and you're not able to get out of the way. This burst of energy comes this time randomly out of the orb at your feet. The rest of you are kind of out of the way, or able to get out of the way. And Valen, you take 4 points of damage, energy damage from this blast that comes out at your feet. And you can see as you look down as it hits you, another crack forms in the ground there. And the globe itself also this whole time is starting to, definitely show signs as well of deterioration and whatnot.
Okay. Saber reflect wouldn't work on this damage, I assume. It's not
No.
attack.
Nope.
Correct. Okay.
So as soon as this thing starts zapping us, Krellin would turn to the group and say, perhaps we leave.
Yeah.
And I'm just
I'm good with
already
that.
going towards the door anyways. They can stay if they
Krellin,
want.
I would maybe get your weapons ready. We're hearing a lot of blaster fire from somewhere outside of this room, so we may be walking into it.
Yep.
Did Lan get his dagger back?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna try to
I'll-
retrieve my dagger and then
I can
get the
force
hell out of
pull it.
here.
I can force pull it back to you.
Yeah,
Don't risk yourself.
absolutely.
So
All
I'll do
right.
Please
that.
do that, Valen.
Pull that back to him.
All right. So, feeling that you've seen what there is to see here in this weird room, you head out as the orb seems to be, involuntarily at least, lashing out. You step outside into the cavern hall where you entered, and as soon as you do, silence returns. It's that, stuffed up ears, you can't hear anything. Immediately your footsteps just disappear from yourselves and whatnot, and it's a very disorienting feeling. You look down the hallway, and you look through the lighted hallway, and you don't nothing sticks out as you begin making your way back the way you came. Are you guys? What are you guys doing? You guys heading back to your ship, or?
We could always poke around in some of the side rooms. I'll just kind of gesticulate like side room question.
Yeah, I just kind of shake my holo recorder camera affirmatively, like, yeah, let's get a thorough reading of this place, get our money's worth.
So you've got along this
So-
way. There's a couple. There is one other door that was lit up. And that was the one that you had checked on the way here. So you can kind of go back to the other, back deep, deeper towards the main entrance, or try and go off in some of these side areas.
Is there a side one that's not lit up? It's fairly close.
There's definitely lots of other doors that are not lit up.
Oh, like we have a ballpark number.
So coming out of this room, and there was one, I don't know, say like, I don't know, 6 or 7 other doors.
Okay.
Yeah, around that are not lit up as well.
Valen's gonna start walking towards where we came in, but like one of the unlit rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Just go in the closest one.
Okay. So as you step
Kinda
up
peer
to
in.
the first one and you get to it, there's no reaction. The door doesn't open or anything. I mean, you can go up to it, and even, if you try and reach out to it or anything physically, touch the door, there's no reaction to this one.
Nothing.
Hey, Krellin's just gonna go back to the hangar if he can, or at
Yeah.
least try to get the door open.
We'll kind of shrug and follow.
Yeah. Doesn't
Alright.
seem like there's any way we can get through these doors, right? So
You can give me, if you're kind of checking it out, Lan, you can give me an investigation check on it if you want.
okay.
Unless you're good with just kind of heading back, but all right. So an 11 there. You don't really see anything that says, here's the way to open this thing up, but I'd say a little bit maybe your background and whatnot. You've used some force to get through a door, so maybe that thought pops in your head that surely you can always at least try to blast your way through an obstacle. Beyond that, you don't see any other sign of way to open the door.
And these doors don't have any kind of obvious control panel or anything.
Right,
It
nope.
seems very. There's
Yeah,
just the
it's
lights
like that iris.
activate, right?
Yeah, that iris shutter,
Okay.
and that's similar to all these doors. And yeah, it's just whatever force or energy that was here is gone, and no dice now.
I'm just gonna take my blaster pistol and just shoot the door. See what happens.
Okay. So you step back and take a shot, and it hits the door, and it looks like it does some damage. But it's definitely one shot, didn't really do too much, but it looks like you were able to damage the door.
Do I see any of this?
So I know Krellin, you headed off. Valen, did you follow along with
I was
Krellin?
kind of tagging along behind him
Okay.
after I tried the
So
door.
I would
don't know
say
how
that
far I am
Lan
with him.
probably. Lan, would you have? So Valen, you had went up, investigated the door, and then kind of gave up and went away. And then I would assume that Lan, you come up and you kind of do your own investigation and do this. So Valen, give me a quick perception check. 23, nice. So yeah, you would catch the glow of the blaster fire from behind you, just out of your peripheral or whatever. So that would catch your attention to turn around, and then you would see Lan there, basically pointing his blaster at the door.
I want to turn around and just kind of shrug at him like, "What are you doing?"
I'm just gonna turn back and shrug like, I'm worth a shot.
Pull out the double shoto and just kind of hold it there like this.
Yeah, I give Valen a thumbs up. Like, try cutting it. See if we can get in that way.
It's gonna do a silent like, okay. Walk back. I'll walk back to the door, and I'll ignite one end and plunge it into the door, and see if we can try to cut a hole through.
Okay. So you do so, and it's definitely not hot knife through butter, but it does go through the door, and there is resistance. It's some type of mysterious metal, you assume, but you are able to kind of cut through and go through. As you do so, you guys would notice a faint and slight vibration in the entire structure itself. You are kind of cutting through this door.
As they're doing this, I'm just straight trying to go through the door. I'd assume I notice it, but I'm just like, they're gonna die. I'm gonna leave. So
I was like, so about how far through the door are we when we start to notice this vibration?
I'd say like maybe like a quarter of the way through cutting, a full hole.
Okay, I'll turn to Lan and give him the old, like the eyebrow movement. I'm like,
Lan's already packing up his holo recorder and walking away as if it was your idea, Valen.
Yeah, so Valen's gonna sit there for a second, and then he's just gonna deactivate the lightsaber and catch up to Krellin. Like, this was a bad idea,
All right.
and it was mine.
Yeah, Dak, where are you at? Were you kind of back of the pack, or?
Yeah, I was kind of just gonna keep following along, not really stopping for the doors, kind of following along with Krellin towards the hangar. I was gonna keep an eye out though to see if I, off in the distance, noticed any like flashes of light that might indicate blaster fire coming
Right.
from that direction.
Right. So, Krellin and so sorry, where are you at in the order then? Are you back with
He'd
Lan
be right
and
behind me.
Valen?
Yeah,
Or
I guess I'd be between Balin, Land. So if Krellin was here towards the front and they kind of were hanging off to the back, I'd sort of be, I guess,
okay.
second behind
Yeah.
Krellin.
So Krellin and Dak, go ahead and give me perception checks. 20. Nope, that was Valen's.
Where am I?
Figures my good perception would be when I can't hear a
Yeah.
damn thing.
All
Yeah.
right, so Dak, trying to be alert as you can with an 11 there, looking ahead. The sound is throwing you off a little bit. You're not seeing anything that picks up, that alerts you, whatnot. Krellin, you as well. You are ahead even of Dak right now, and you're just heading back, and you're coming around, one of these caverns here, and you're focused on getting back to the ship. So Lan and Valen, is you guys turn, and if you're beginning to try and catch up as well. You don't pick up anything, Dak or Krellin, but something does startle you as the light of blaster fire does come out of seemingly from the walls of the cavern here, and you realize that it's coming from little small alcoves within the walls that you might remember coming past on your way deeper into the cavern as we come there. So, bottom of the map here. Let me... There, and then let's did I not make a map screen? Well, shoot. Oh wait, turn everything off. You guys should all be on the map now.
Oh, yes.
Right, I did not load. Overlay. Okay, so bottom of the map there, and as you come in, so Krellin, you'd be a little bit farther up, and then followed by Dak. Dak, do we have broken token? Yes, did I not? So,
Yes, I
so
drug the one from the character sheet. Oh, there it is.
That's 1650.
Oh, okay, should be good now. And then Valen and Lan, you guys are a little bit farther behind. You come up, and let's go ahead and roll initiative. Let's see if I can get a quick overlay.
We're all
set up.
dead.
Yeah.
2-session TPK. I wouldn't even be mad. It'd be fucking hilarious.
2.5, kinda, I mean,
All right, and then so blaster fire came out from alcove over here. whatnot, and let's see.
Do we notice like what they're shooting at?
So, you guys are still a little bit behind to come up to
Oh,
this,
okay.
but
We just hear it.
yeah, well, you see it. You see the flashes because you can't
Oh,
hear anything
right.
still, but Krellin and Dak, however, definitely realize that they're being shot at. And you are caught off guard. So let's go ahead and take a quick break now, as we need to, and then I'll get this all set up properly, and we'll jump into combat when we come back, and then fire away with that. So
All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
we'll
Alright.
do that. All right, guys. See you guys in a second.
Welcome back.
All right. Hopefully that is up. All right. All right, Twitch. We're back here. Hopefully you guys can see that combat screen. We got that figured out. Let me jump into it. Dak, are you back?
Yep, just
Yep.
got here.
Okay. I think everyone was back, right? And then I still need.
Yeah, I'm chewing food.
Good. How was your? What'd you said you made?
Baked ziti from Chef John's recipe from foodwishes.com. Fucking delicious.
Oh,
Nice.
I love that. I can
Did it
I can
take
fall
you?
asleep watching that guy's videos.
Did it take you 10 hours to scroll through the recipe page? Because that's how those things are.
No, he does the videos and then he'll do
That's
like a
good.
side thing where it just shoots you right to the. He'll
oh,
give like a few catchy little sentences that were already in the video that are at the top,
Yeah.
and then a picture of it, and then he runs through the recipe.
Nice.
I like his videos. Usually informative.
this was the
And he's-
snack I got.
What is that? A donut hole?
No, it's a tiny piece of like some kind of multigrain bread we made at school.
Oh, rolls are good.
A healthy meal.
All right. Okay. So
Yep,
we are
Cheetos and whiskey.
nice.
Breakfast champions.
I went shopping.
Yeah, whiskey too, huh, Dak? Right.
I went looking for some today at
Oh,
our one of our beer stores, and I don't know what I want to get yet, but on the hunt.
God, if
For
I knew, I
whiskey?
would afford a glass.
I had a beer with dinner. All right, so we come back. You guys are coming up the cave. Still no sound, and but you see these blasts of light that comes out from these inset kind of caverns and whatnot around you. I'll reveal a little bit more. Yes. Right, and so all pretty lit up, so you guys can see. Should be able to
So,
see the most of that.
On this map, is this what's the term I'm looking for? Is the terrain accurate? I guess when
The
you mentioned
walls,
alcove,
or
I imagine like little slits that they were hiding behind and shooting behind, like a what do they call those? They're like death traps in fortresses when you try to come in them, and like people pull the slits back and they just shoot through them.
okay, nope, no, there.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, it is more these cutouts almost, if you will,
Oh, okay.
within the wall. Yeah.
I had a bad mental visual then. Thank God this is not nearly as bad as what I was picturing. I thought we were
All
about to
right.
get slaughtered.
So they come out and yeah, they get the jump on you guys. Potentially Lan and Valen a little bit lucky. You guys are coming up a little bit slow, but Krellin and Dak, you're caught off guard, and some shots come at you.
How rude.
Yeah, you know. So Krellin leading the pack. The first one, that's gonna be a 10 to hit. I think that's gonna miss.
Yes, 15.
Okay, so that guy
Oh.
takes a shot.
I also just if it makes it faster, I figured it might help you. I just put my AC on my name, so you can just
Oh, down below.
see it.
Yes, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I can click token too, but that works.
Mhm.
All right. So Valen, basically you just get to rush up because you guys are caught off guard. You're behind a little bit, so you basically spend your movement catching up to Krellin and Dak.
Okay. Are we about how far away we are on the map now? Like
Yeah,
that where
yeah.
I'm
We'll just
catching up
say
to?
that
Okay.
you're back there.
Okay, so I spend all my
See.
movement.
Next
to get-
shot comes out. Oh man, How's this going to be? Another 10 or another miss. Lan, same thing. You catch up. Jawa, aka Corellin there. You are caught off guard here. Irish soldier. There we go. Shot comes in for a 20. Math, 21 to hit.
Definitely.
Okay, and blast of fire comes out. Ooh, crit on the die.
Oh shit.
Go.
Wonderful.
And that's going to be 8 points of energy damage coming in.
Oof. All right.
That caught off guard. Last soldier. And these guys rolled initiatives. Alright, he is going to see Dak rushing up, and he's going to take a shot. And I think that's going to hit a 20 to hit on Dak. That will for 7 points of energy damage to you, Dak.
All right.
Can we see other people's health on the Roll20 overlay?
Are you supposed to, you're saying? Or you should
Yeah.
you might be able to see the bar,
might.
but not the actual amount.
Okay.
You should only be able to see your your own amount, but
Yeah.
you shouldn't be able to see the specific number.
I do see that. So
So, top of the round now. You guys are all caught up, and you've been awakened enough to this threat. Unfortunately, you guys had a good idea that this threat was here, but you know, the silence of this cavern and whatnot threw you off enough, and whether Krellin, you're kind of focused on getting back to the ship, you know, didn't focus in well enough. They caught you hiding in these alcoves, but we come around back to the top of the order, and you guys are now able to hopefully join the fray. But another shot comes out. That's going to be a 14 to hit to you, Krellin. Just going to miss. And, Valen, you're up. So you've picked out. You're pretty confident that you've picked out. You know, you've seen these 4 alcoves and these. Whoever they are, these pirates have, you know, kind of ducked out from the alcove and taken a shot, and they've kind of tucked back in a little bit to get a little bit of cover.
okay. Did I see Dak or Krellin get hit?
Yes, you would have.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 15 points of movement there. Let's just go for broke here. Why not? I am going to twin heal. Both of them. For
Okay.
1d8. I still didn't get time to set up this macro. This one will be to Krellin. You heal 6, and you get an additional 3 on top of that because of my can't remember what it was. Not Force Affinity, Disciple of Life.
So plus 9.
Plus 9, correct. But I'm also going to give you an extra I guess it's not really temporary, but it is a temporary hit point. So you go up 1 more as well.
22
Maximum.
it is.
There
I'll
you
take
go.
it.
And so the next one will be for Dak. He gets 13 because he also gets, I believe he also gets that extra plus 3.
Is the 3? That's just additional healing, right?
Correct. Here, I'll link it.
Okay. Does he get the extra temp points?
No, I can
Okay.
only have one of those active at a
Right.
time.
Right. Okay. He
Give it
doesn't.
to
I mean, he
Krillin,
doesn't need all that
since
anyway. So
no,
yeah, he'd be
Krillin is
topped off.
wearing paper armor, so
All right.
he can take that. And then I am going to draw the double Shoto and activate it. And then I'm going to move 5 feet that way and call it good.
Okay. So you rush up, giving aid to 2 of your companions as this blaster fighter is come out upon them. Then pulling out your weapon, Jedi weapon, bracing for any further action. Yeah. So as you turn, you see there is a figure to your left there, kind of around the corner in the alcove, and as you step around and see, he sees you approach and ignite your lightsaber, and he definitely takes you as a new threat. So he's going to specifically target you, taking a shot with his
This
little
guy?
blaster. Yep.
Okay.
And that's going to be a 15 to hit, which will hit.
That will hit.
Yeah, comes in, and that's going to be crit on the die for 8 points of energy damage.
Okay. Well, we are gonna saber reflect as much of that as we can.
All right.
Oh.
Okay, nice, very nice. So you're able to deflect the majority of this damage that comes in, and not enough to redirect it at this enemy here, but it's still substantial to deflect most of it. Just only taking 2 points of damage from that as the shot. You just deflect it into the wall there, and you see that the soldier just or the pirate, whatever, he looks at you and he has he reacts a little bit to that action. Give me an insight check as you reflect that.
Am I just telling
Balin.
basically at this point whether he pooped his pants or not?
All right. So it's tough to read his reaction, but it's definitely not that. He definitely has not lost confidence in his look.
Okay. What about my sense of smell? Does that pick anything up?
It does not. Nope. Lan, you are up.
Move up. And I'll use my tactical barrier power and give it to Valen since he just got shot at.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tactical
you
barrier. Go ahead.
2 AC.
Nice. So I'm up to 17.
All right, nice. So, yeah, Lan, you rush up, activate this barrier over on Valen, and the shield, the shimmering field, just throws up around you, Valen, and you get a little bit of comfort knowing that should hopefully help out going forward. What else, Lan?
I imagine my tactical barrier is like a little device I throw out. Like,
Yeah.
that deploys on them. Like I throw something that latches onto you, so it's kind of like, oh, what? And then it bubbles you. Anyway, so that's my bonus action. Then I'm gonna run over here, and I can actually get into there and start shooting at this guy while staying in cover in this little alcove.
Okay.
I like it.
Very nice. 22 is definitely going to hit. 5 points of damage. Rough roll there. Yeah. Yep. Really rough roll on a D12. Ugh.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Very nice. All right, Krellin, you are up.
Okay. Todd, if they're diagonally within 5 feet, would that you consider that engaged, or is the wall kind of blocking that?
I'd say right here in this specific situation that no, it would not be.
Okay. Then I will just sort of move with my back as close to the wall. I assume I could go like there or something.
Yeah.
And then I'll just hold my action to shoot someone with my tiny little pistol if one of the others gets closer
Okay.
to an enemy.
If an enemy moves, or if one of them moves towards an enemy, you're waiting for.
If either way, if like if an enemy and an ally are like
Yeah. Okay.
together.
Basically sneak attack, right? Is you're getting
Oh.
after?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, my cunning action doesn't help me here. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. Good. So as you backtrack up against the wall, trying to get a little cover potentially, and then just keeping an eye out and hoping that your counterparts can engage with the enemy to help you get a jump with that distraction there. But as you back up, and then from deeper in the cavern, looking forward, a new figure comes out. And this blue, dark, sapphire blue Twi'lek comes around the corner and looks out, and she just has this dark, almost glowing look to her eyes, and looking about the cavern with a grin on her face. And she scans all of you, and she looks down to you, Valen, and
Shit.
it looks like she's saying something, but you can't hear. And she just has a smile on her face. But then she turns and she looks to you, Dak. Dak, give me an intelligence check, please. All right, and give me an insight check, please. 2 halves here. Okay, so you combination here. You've seen lots of Twi'leks, but for some reason this one is something snapping in your brain, in the back of your head, that just this deja vu familiarity almost. And then you also pick up on potentially that same emotion in her face as she looks towards you, as she looks at you and just has this look of, do I know that guy? I think I know that guy, something like that. But then she reaches out and she just puts her hands forward, and a burst of lightning energy courses through the cavern towards you, Dak. Hold this up.
I guess if we know each other didn't end on the greatest of terms.
All right, and that's going to be
Girlfriend or
a
something?
15. 15 will hit. That's going to be... All right, so the lightning courses through and just this, there's no sound to it. It's super weird. But it does lighten up the room a little bit, and it hits you, and you take 6 points of lightning damage as it courses through your body painfully. And then she kind of holds her gaze on you a little bit, but then rushes back into cover in this little alcove. And then another one of these pirates, is going to come out, and he does have line of sight on you, Krellin. He's going to take a shot over at you. That's going to be a 17 to hit, or 7 points of energy damage.
Alrighty.
And then after him, another figure joins the battlefield.
Wonderful.
up top, opposite of where that Twi'lek popped out of. This darker-skinned human male comes around the corner, and he again scans the room, and he looks out. And again, same thing. Give me those checks again, Dak. Intelligence and insight.
I don't know if I want to know these people.
Hey. All right. So, as this gentleman steps around the corner, immediately, and seeing the Twi'lek, the pieces fall into place, and this is one of the pirates that was part of the crew that hijacked your ship a while ago, your previous ship.
Sons of bitches.
So you recognize them as he steps around the corner, and you don't pick up on if he recognizes you necessarily. He has that, he gives a little bit of an expression, but maybe you're caught in that moment of like, as you said, sons of bitches, and but he's gonna look out and he's gonna fire a shot towards you. That is gonna be 14. That'll miss. So that is gonna miss. And then he's going to duck back around his cover. Dak, you are up.
All right. As much as Dak would like to go after that guy, knowing that there's tons of little flunkies here, Dak's going to move over to here and does some degree of cover from the rest of them, and drawing his blasters, fire at this guy here off to the left.
Okay. All right. That first blast goes off, and that will hit. 14. 4 points of damage.
Wow. Whole 4 points. All right. And then we'll follow up with the dual wield mastery attacks.
Nat 20. Nice.
Damn.
Oh.
Yeah, for a whole another 6 points.
Oh. Just
really just piling on that damage.
all right. And third shot with the DG 29. 15 to hit for an 8 is plenty. That actually will take him down. This pirate here in the alcove cannot back himself up enough to get out of the way of the shots, and he is going to go down.
They just go down soundlessly. We don't hear anything.
Right? Yeah.
Trippiest fight ever.
These blaster shots go out. You don't hear anything. You just see it. Just. All right, and I think that will be it for me. I don't think I actually have any bonus actions at the moment.
Okay. So that. All right. So this pirate up here, it's his turn in the for top, and is going to he's got a little bit covered to the edge there, but he's going to step out. Well, actually, he's going to stay there, and seeing that Dak and Krellin have kind of gone out of the way, he's going to just take a shot down towards Valen. Valen, that's going to be a 16, and you're up to 17 now?
17.
All right, nice. So the shot comes in, and it hits off of Lan's shield. Lan, is that just straight holds with concentration?
Yeah, it's just
It just holds, right? It doesn't, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing else.
Very nice. All right, that one. And then this guy around the corner, he's going to pop out, do the same thing. Another shot for 14, even worse this time, and that shield just repels that blast, so that's doing well. Valen, as a couple shots have just came in, but pinged off of this shield that Lan has bestowed upon you. You are up.
Okay.
And you obviously have seen this Twi'lek come out and cast this bolts of lightning, towards Dak. So you're well aware that there is another Force user in your presence.
Priorities. So, I think what I am going to do is move up to this guy, and we will.
I shoot at him.
You do. Go ahead, give me
Oh, right.
just waiting. Just
Yeah,
waiting.
do your thing.
He's
Do
just
your
like
thing.
sitting there, and he's like has a little mechanical pistol. It's like this big, by the way. It's like tiny. He's just like
Like a PPK.
Out of nice. So that 17, that'll hit. Go roll damage there. All right, nice.
Is that with your sneak attack?
Oh, right. That
How much you get?
that
One?
was
You just get one or two,
2d6.
right? Two. All right.
That's why I was waiting.
There you go. So, is Valen, you run up and rush towards this other this pirate here hiding kind of in this alcove. Krellin, you take advantage of this distraction and fire out with your little pistol, pocket pistol. I want to make sure I don't
Yeah.
flub that one sometime. And get off a piercing shot that just hits the pirate right through the chest with enough power to take him down. And Valen, in front of you, again, no sound. You just see the blast kind of come in, and then the figure before you just slumps to the ground before your feet.
Drop. I'm like, what?
As he looks over at me, I'm just like,
And it just
Thumbs up, yeah. A reminder, guys, that tactical initiative or whatever it's called is allowed. So just kind of think about that. That might for you, Krellin, that might come in use if you kind of coordinate with some people. But yeah,
right.
Anyway,
okay. Well, that changes the plan. So I moved. What did I move? 10 feet. Okay, so I still got 20 feet of movement. I'm going to target. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. That guy. With do I see like piles of debris in the room? Like anything that could be thrown for this?
Yeah, I'll say there is. I'll say that, yeah, because it is in this part. So the entrance area to the cavern was very defined and manufactured, I guess, or, for lack of a term. But this area is a little bit more crude, more like a cavern, the inside of the asteroid. So there certainly will be something for you to find.
Okay. So I'm going to. I didn't really get a good look at how much it's going to take him down, but I'll send all three of them at that guy. Should I do 3d4 and then add 3, or 1d4 plus 1 3 times?
I usually do them individually.
Okay. There's the first one, second one.
There you go. Okay. So, I guess actually doing 3d4. Okay, 3d4. I heard you say roll 1d4 and then do it 3 times, but kind of same difference. All right. So,
yeah.
You're able to find some debris here around this cavern, and you pick it up through the force and hurl it towards him, striking into him as 7 points of kinetic damage going against him, and it seems quite impactful
damage.
Actually. Looks
Force
like
damage. I don't know if that changes anything.
Nope. So yeah,
Okay.
so he just after he takes that, he goes up against the edge of the cavern wall, reeling from some injuries. Anything else?
And I'm gonna try to nestle myself in here.
Okay.
Just so I'm slightly covered. And then I don't think I can do anything else.
All right, Lan, you are up. So Lan, you tucked away in this corner. Valen run over, and then this pirate, just kind of that you can see around the corner, slumps to the ground, taken out.
That's good. He was kind of annoying me. I'm gonna pop out and take some shots at these pirates one of these pirates in the alcove here. I'll shoot at the one in the farthest north position there.
Yep.
pop out there, mark him as my quarry, and I'll take a shot.
There it is. All right, 12 to hit. Unfortunately, that will miss. Just seems to miss. Looks like he's up against the wall. Excuse me. Up against the wall a little bit, and maybe you glance off a little bit of armor that he does have.
Oh, bummer. All right, I back up a couple steps into here, and then end my turn.
All right, Krellin, you're up.
I will. If I try to back into this sort of cubby that I'm already in, and I try to hide, would I be able to do that, as a bonus action?
You can attempt to.
Yeah. Okay. I will do that, and then if someone peers out, I will shoot at them, hold my action and pew.
Okay.
Where is hides?
So give me a stealth check. All right, not bad. Right. So the Twi'lek comes out and reveals herself.
I shoot at her.
Yeah, she's not gonna come around and attempt to look for you. She's just looking around. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Where is it? There it is.
All right.
Oh.
That does hit. 24.
Wonderful.
All right.
9.
9 kinetic.
Yes.
Yeah, some sneak attack on that.
Oh, right. Hidden.
Actually, wouldn't you be? It'd be an advantage, wouldn't it? Or not?
Yeah. Right. That's how it works. That's why hiding is useful for them, because then you get advantage, which gets you your sneak attack. Yeah. Okay. So then 14.
5 more on the.
Yes.
All right, so popping out as Twi'lek's kind of distracted from, or just not focused on you. Catch her off guard and are able to get a quick shot off, and then tucking back in. She comes out and she scans the room, and Dak's a little bit kind of tucked away as well, but. She comes out and she does see Lan down, and she's going to look towards you, Lan. And again, her hands come out, and you can almost see that lightning begins to. It looks like it's starting to come out from that as she walks out, but then it dissipates, and she just looks at you with an empty hand, and something comes towards you. Not physically, but some sort of energy or feeling. Something just hits your mind. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please, Lan. Oh no, A4. All right, so as she reaches out and something hits your mind, and it just this piercing dark psychic damage seems to fall over you, and you take 12 points of psychic damage.
Right.
All right, and then you cannot be hidden from the Twi'lek. So that's just kind of this link, a little bit of a link that they have between you. She just she does that out towards you, and he's gonna duck back in. Let's see, Lan. Lan, Krellin, and Dak, give me perception checks. Ooh.
Natural one again.
All right. So Lan, despite maybe it is just the focus on this Twi'lek that come out, and you're in pain and anguish, but you're staring at her, and you pick up on her kind of glancing over to the other human, toward her, and you can't make anything out, but she makes a little bit of some hand signals, and she's mouthing something over to her, to the other figure. But some kind of a hand signal, maybe like, "Hey, let's move," or something like that. You pick up a little bit. This pirate is done, and then this guy, he is going to pop out this way, and he looks about the room, and he is going to continue. Let's see. Rush over here, and when he gets here, he's going to take a shot over at you, Krellin. Natural 19. That will be
Painful.
9 points of energy damage.
Correct. That was painful.
And then he's got a couple feet of movement that take. And yeah, it looks like he's kind of continued in the direction towards the Twi'lek. Dak, you're up.
All right. All right.
Lan, give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
All right, so
Brutal.
you lose the concentration, and so your Balin's shield's down.
Shit.
All right. Dak is going to, with his blasters drawn, slide out here to pop around this alcove and blast this guy here.
All right, rushing around. Nice first shot with the 22 to hit for 6 energy damage, and he's looking really rough. 14 on the second one will just hit. That'll take him down. 6 points of damage.
All right, and then using that final dual wield attack, I will try to hit this guy up here. Nope.
All right,
Couldn't,
and yes, 5, the next one coming around.
Couldn't snap around.
Does not get off. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and slide back here into where I was previously.
Alrighty. Let's see who we got left. Just that guy. So he's going to step out, and looks like he's going to start kind of running away a little bit. But as he does, he's going to round out and kind of looks down, and he's going to just fire. He will fire at. Yeah, he'll try and get a shot down to you, Dak. I think that's going to miss. Yes, it will. He just kind of continues on his way. Valen, you are up.
Okay. How tall is this chamber we're in?
Not super tall.
Cabinets?
15 feet maybe.
Oh.
If that, yeah, not
that's-
massive.
Okay. That could still be fun. Valen is going to step out. And, aiming at this guy. I'm going to force throw him.
Okay.
Let me pull it up here. So I am going to throw him. What's the best way? I want to throw him into this guy.
Okay.
So I'll just send him left. So he needs to make a strength save.
Strength save.
I think it gets my DC, which is 14.
Okay. That is going to be a fail. He is thrown. And as collides the other object or creature,
They both take
2d8.
2d8 damage.
Okay.
Want me to roll that?
Yes.
Okay, this will be for the guy through. And then this is the other dude. So, that's about right.
So significant the force, but the other guy looks, it seems that he was able to stand his ground, but the other guy took a bad hit of it. So 9 points to the pirate as he's thrown against there. Anything else for you?
Let's see. Nah, I can't do 2 powers even if I twinned them, or quickened them. So I think he's just gonna step back into the shadows. Call it
Okay.
good.
Lan, you are up.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to Colto pack myself real quick. Get a little healing.
All right.
Roll myself 6. Then I'm gonna run up a little bit out of cover and try another shot at that guy that I marked last turn.
Mm-hmm. 24, that will definitely hit. All right, and that is just enough. Take him out. He's still reeling from his hit, running into that other guy from Valen. Come up and blast him and are able to take him down.
And I'm gonna duck for cover where this dead soldier is to the left of me.
All right.
Cover.
Krellin.
Yes. All right. I am going to. If I run to there, can I see the human?
Yes.
Okay. Then I run to there. That's 20. I'm going to attempt to shoot him.
All right.
Where's my sheet? What did I do with it? Oh, there it is.
All right, 24. That will hit.
All right. 6 points of kinetic
damage. Okay.
And then 5, 10, 15. We're and then I'm going to use my bonus action dash to just run as far down as I can.
Okay.
Basically. And cower, but like confidently.
All right. So, Twi'lek's turn. I would say that you guys can't see this. You don't know. You can't hear anything. So, you're not sure. She doesn't reappear or make herself known or anything. Seemingly disappears. Dak, you get a little bit of an eye on the dark-skinned human male, and it looks like he kind of takes off into the darkness around the corner as well, from as much as what you can tell. We get to you, Dak.
Oh, hell no. I'm chasing these guys down. See, I was here. See, I'm going to use my movement, I guess. See how far I can get. 30 would get me to here. Oops. As I get up to here, do I get any eyes on them? Can I see them?
They would be, I would say not really, because the cavern kind of continues to turn a little bit. They're a good 60 plus feet away. But the cavern, has turned a little bit enough that no. Short answer, no.
All right. Because I'm trying to figure out how far up I want to go. Because nobody else is left alive here, right?
Correct.
Everybody else is dead. Okay.
You
Yeah, I
do
guess.
know that this is kind of the main corridor that leads back towards the main hangar, if you will, as well. So they're heading in that general direction.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep, I guess, heading that way down the cavern.
All right.
I guess I'll use the rest of my. I guess as far as I can go, I'm gonna keep going after him.
Okay. Suspending combat somewhat. The rest of you guys, what are you guys doing at this point? Is everyone just beginning to make chase?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like carefully darting between the alcoves, staying in the back of the group,
Mm-hmm.
But following suit.
Yeah.
Krellin, you Krellin, give me an intelligence check, please.
Where intelligence? 14.
All right. So as things seemingly settled for a little bit, and you know, the at least threats up front have subsided, and you begin your chase, something pops in your head, and you remember the last room that you were just in this weird orb, and how the sound, you know, the sound came in and was reflected within this orb of light energy, and depending on the volume of the sound, it caused you know, brighter and more intense and violent bursts of this light energy, and oftentimes it pierced through the globe to the outside walls, causing damage. And it pops in your head that while you can't actually hear anything now, the sound likely still existed during this combat, and things were already not looking very stable in that room, and you guys just had a bit of a firefight, so
Yeah.
there could be some further trouble.
Wonderful.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna still follow suit in the back, kind of being careful, so as to not fall over and die if something hits me.
All right, so you guys are rushing back. Kind of will come out of combat here somewhat, and you're rushing down the hallways, you know, as fast as you can, getting back, trying to tail your these combatants that had come after you, sabotaged you here. You head back, and you see before you the door that leads into the main kind of hangar area, and as you do, it seems that the sound and whatever energy from the fight has now caught up to the globe, and come out as just in the hallways, things begin to shift. There's plates of black stone and metal begin to start buckling around you in the structure here, and sections of the ceiling look like they're about to give way. The lines of light that sprawl all over the place, every surface, they start flaring up brighter and brighter all around you. And there's cracks, spiderweb cracks that start appearing everywhere in the walls, on the floors and whatnot, and fragments of rock begin, you know, coming down from the ceiling or crumpling to the ground. As you get you get through the doorway into the hangar there, you see your ship before you, left as it was before, through the flares of light, you know, everywhere in this room. The spreading fissures, an unwelcoming addition. Another new feature in this room, however, is the second ship. you assume is for these pirates that attacked you. And you see that it's this, modified YT-looking ship of some sort, and it looks like the Twi'lek and the other human and a couple more pirate soldiers with them are standing at the base of the ship, and it looks like the main gun on the ship is trained towards your ship, with those figures around the landing gear. And a blaster fire shot comes out from one of the pirates as you guys approach.
Oh.
So, give me, everyone give me, let me just re-roll initiatives real quick, and just to help out. I don't have a map for this, so reset. All right, Valen, you kept yours. Or did you edit it already?
Damn.
I didn't edit anything.
Okay, so you're good. Valen, Dak. There's stats. There we go. Change. Right. All right. So Valen, you are first here in the room, and you see this blaster shot come in, and it's going to come at you. It's more of a warning shot. It doesn't. It just kind of towards your group, but falls to your feet before you. These figures are at their ship, which is beyond your ship, so your guys' ship, and then this other ship, and you're there. So, what would you like to do at this point?
So do they look like they're trying to board the ship, or are they like looking for a confrontation? Like what does it look like from my vantage point, at least, that they're trying to do?
It looks like they're still going to carry out escape, basically evacuation.
They're just holding us back.
You'd say that they've probably picked up on as well that things are not going well in this structure, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, they're still here to maybe try and set you off, and that's what they're doing,
Okay.
is they can try and get out of here.
And we can't hear still?
I believe you can. I think it didn't start until you went into the other room, so I think once you got into this room, you can. I'll just say that, yeah. You guys get the sound comes back as you step into this room, in here.
Okay. Do I see a medium-sized rock around them? Or an object that can be thrown?
In this area, nothing stands out right away, because this room was pretty, clean and defined, whatnot, like a clean hangar and like that. So it looks pretty smooth, and so yeah, you don't see anything that sticks out.
Okay. Well, here goes nothing. I'm gonna kind of signal to them like a until next time kind of a thing, and dash towards our ship. I don't know how far away it is from us, but I'll use my action to dash over there.
Okay, so you're just going towards the ship.
Run towards the ship.
All right, Lan.
Yeah, I'm heading straight for the ship as well.
Okay. Very good, Krellin.
Oh,
Muted.
sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, my bad. Does this other group have any reaction to them running, or?
They look. I mean, so you have the main two, the Twi'lek and then the other human. they're kind of in the back of the group, kind of backstepping onto the landing ramp. It looks like they're at the base of the landing ramp, kind of holding position, and the other two pirates are in front of them. And they've got their blasters trained outwards, so it looks like they might throw a shot or two down your way.
Okay, then I will use my bonus action to dash, and then I forgot my movement's 35. So I'll run 70 feet
Okay.
towards the ship, and or rather, as far as I can get towards the ship, but to position myself behind either Lan or Valen so that they'll most likely get shot. And and then I'll hold my action to shoot at one of the enemies if they shoot at us.
Okay. All right. And then yeah. So Dak, what is your dexterity score?
Mine
Yep. I can look at. I think you got a +3, so you're at a.
+3. Yeah.
What's your score? 16.
16.
16.
Yeah.
Right. So you'd beat the Twi'lek. Okay. So it looks like the darker skinned human, he's going to take a shot, and that's going to blast out towards Valen, who's front of the pack there. Valen, that's going to be a 15. I think that's going to hit.
I am going to use Force Shield.
Okay, what's
Give
that get you up
myself
to?
+4 to AC.
4, so he had a 20 to hit, so you're at 9. Are you at 19?
Oh, he had a 20 to hit? I thought you said
Yeah,
15.
sorry, I was doing math. 6 plus 14, so yeah, 20 to hit.
Oh.
So you can take that back if that doesn't help you.
Yeah, I thought you said 15.
Yep.
I was like,
No, my
oh,
bad. Sorry, I was just adding it up.
Then we are going to, or I am going to, reflect.
All right, so the blast comes in, and that's going to be 11 points of energy damage comes at you. Saber, reflect that.
1d6 or 1d8?
D6.
1d6.
All right. Guess something's better than nothing, so take 2 points
Better
off
than
there.
nothing.
9 points as this blast hits you pretty substantially.
Total?
Yes, 9 total, yep.
Okay. Ugh, I'm looking rough.
Oh. Krellin, were you, if you were up there to take a return shot?
I will.
All right, 22 will hit.
All right, 8 damage.
Okay. See it go off and hit the human male that just fired a shot, hitting him back. And he kind of hand goes to the wound, and looks like he begins to retreat in towards. It looks like he's about to retreat back into the ship. Dak, you are now up.
All right. Does Dak recognize this ship at all?
No, nope. This one
Okay,
doesn't
I
look.
didn't-
Yeah.
Gonna really have to go off on a tangent if it was if I
You-
recognize. Okay.
Yeah, you know the style of the ship, but yeah, it's not. There's no personal. Yes.
It's not my baby. Okay. All right. Seeing the one pirate that I recognized outright that I think Krellin just hit.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use my 30 movement speed to get as close to the ship as I can.
Okay.
You're gonna see Dak sort of take a moment and sort of take a breath to line up his shot, and he is going to be casting this with his bonus action to give himself advantage on his attack here against that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so he is going to fire his blaster at him. Oh my god.
Oh wow. Roll 20, just not having it. 8 and a 6.
Brutal.
All right.
Uh.
So the personal rage that is built up inside you, seeing who this figure is, you perhaps get overconfident, and as you go, you just line up a shot, and actually, there's also some other good elements that are going on right now that'll play into this also. So, as you go to line up your shot, there is a heavy shudder here within the cavern. Just the whole thing begins to shake violently, and that throws your shot off, and it goes just wild and misses very bad. And at this point, most of you have to try and catch your feet. It's such a strong shake of the chamber. You see that there is pieces of the wall that start falling off. Support beams and things is just structure is just falling apart all around you. The great black eye that you entered in, it shudders as well, and all the lines of light that kind of went across it seem to burn out all at once in a spectacular blast of white fire almost, and the plates along it are blown free from this detonation of energy. So where there was that iris shudder, there's now just a big mangled hole blasted through the center of this thing now, and it's exposed to the outside atmosphere and whatnot. And that begins to take its toll a little bit on you, because once it was sealed off, you guys were fine, but it's starting to leak in, and it begins to impact you a little bit. You see the Twi'lek and the human male and the other pirates, they turn and they rush into their ship, and it looks like it's beginning to take off. There are two plates of black metal fall from the ceiling, falling all over the place. There's two huge shards of this. They actually slam into the pirate's vessel. One of them looks like it actually shears the cockpit almost right off the ship. Another one just heavy part into their engines. Your vessel has not escaped unharmed either. There is, luckily not to that extent, but there is still debris everywhere falling, and some of it falling into your ship, onto your ship and whatnot. And you know that it's do or die time right now. So you begin to rushing the rest of the way towards your ship, assumingly to try and make your escape.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Are we still
gave-
in combat, or?
I gave myself another 30 feet of movement with that thing on purpose, so I will continue after I take my
Yep.
shots.
So it was
miss.
that's about what you need, another round of movement to get to your ship. So you guys are able to climb aboard and start to get systems fired up and try to get out of here. So Dak, are you piloting?
Yeah.
Think? Okay. So you settle into
I'll go
the
cockpit.
You do notice that as you guys get to your ship and are getting things fired up, ready to take off, I mean, still around you, there's chaos and whatnot. A smaller, you recognize it as an escape pod, does eject from the ship, the pirate ship, and is able to get through the this mangled hole of the entrance eye that comes out of that ship. So you get the ship fired up and get ready to head out. This is a tight, this is going to be a tight fit as you get through this makeshift port here, and some of the elements of the atmosphere coming in are making it a little difficult. So I need from you, Dak, a piloting check.
All right. So I will look to the rest of the group and say, well, wish me luck here.
I want to cast guidance on him
There we go.
real quick.
All
and
right.
the D4.
That was
Oh,
sort of my RP way of saying, hey, somebody throw in an extra D4.
standing behind or sitting behind Dak.
Get him out of here.
Put a hand on his shoulder and quietly to yourself give him some help. All right, very nice. 20 on the roll for Dak. And then a D4. Valen, if you want to roll that.
Oh, okay.
Or I guess, yeah, either or. Nice.
Alrighty.
All right. So 24
Take that.
total. Yeah, so you are able to, despite the atmospheric obstacles and whatnot, and then being a very tight fit to get through this mangled and sharp-edged exit, you're able to get through, unscathed. You actually avoid it quite well. And you get through. You can see in the distance, that escape pod is kind of like trailing off, and very soon it disappears into the sea of other asteroids that are about you, and you begin your own navigation of this maze or the slalom of other rocks and whatnot.
Real quick, when we
Mhm.
got back onto the ship, I know we were kind of rushed, but did we see the other people, Captain Dindau and Frost?
Did we post a picture of them? I'm just trying to think. If you would have went by that, here it is. Where's the loading ramp on here?
The little
11
rift
in the back. Okay, so coming up the back there,
Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, I'll say so. You guys rushing around there. That you would have went by like the crew quarters where they were basically, your makeshift med bay, if you will, and it looked like that they were in there. It looked like a couple of them, Frost, the Wookiee, and then Renar, whatever his name was. He was. Them two looked still kind of motionless in the beds, but Captain Dindau looked like he was kind of sitting on the edge of his bed, wondering what was going on. All this
Okay,
violence.
we didn't
Yeah.
like pass a pile of corpses on the way. I was double
Yep,
checking.
they still look
Okay.
like they were in there. Yep. So,
All right.
as you had left them, essentially. So you guys take off, blast out of there, and begin to navigate through the asteroid field. Behind you, there is the complex, which is already disintegrating. It just pulses with this light energy as you don't even have to look behind you. It just looking forward with your ship, the glow just seems to almost move past your own ship, and there's just massive just blast of energy as the ship or the entire asteroid itself seems to just explode into tons of particles into the empty space next to you and beyond you. Just millions of pieces broken apart. So the light energy hits you first, and then eventually the energy hits towards the ship, and the ship begins to shake, and you can feel it coming towards you. And the light surges out and overtakes the ship, and everything electrical around you seems to like go in and out, short out. Glass components shatter, and there is just electrical energy that discharges and overloads all over the place. Eventually, the light passes you, and every surface, metal surface in the ship vibrates. It's kind of hitting like a pitchfork, catching a tone, and this single, the same note just resonates and rings out in almost every metallic surface in the starship for a moment, and then eventually fades away as the wall of light also dissipates into nothing.
This isn't worth 1,000 credits.
You can say that again, Jack.
Valen's just kind of clutching his side. Just, yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Lan tries to search on the HoloNet and see if there's anybody buying recordings of massive asteroid shattering explosions that he can sell that to.
So you try to get on, and unfortunately, the ship goes through a little bit of a reboot, if you will, from this energy blast. And unfortunately, you have a little bit of trouble getting onto the HoloNet at this time, but it's something you can definitely look into maybe when you get back to the safety of Kularin. But for now, you know that you've basically carried out your task to investigate this, and you can head back to the High Hand, I believe it was called, where Narama awaits.
Do we know that Lan was recording? I can't remember if that was something we
Yeah,
actually paid
I think he
attention.
did mention it too, because I think like he tried to, and he botched his stealth roll, and I think you guys definitely
Yeah.
called him out. So
Okay.
yeah,
And he was kind of waving her around a lot too.
Yeah, he didn't
so
seem very
probably-
subtle with that thing.
I just wasn't
Yeah.
aware if like my rolls just made me just completely absent-minded
Right.
to it.
No, I think
Um,
you definitely.
So
I guess-
Valen. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I guess before we headed back to the High Hand, do we want to see? I don't know if our uh, passengers want to go there or somewhere else. What we want to do with
Mm.
them?
Probably be good to talk to him and see.
Yeah, I guess we can go
at least
ask
what
them
the
if they
options are.
if they have somewhere they'd like to go. We can drop them off, and they can repay us for all the trouble and saving them.
Look, worst case scenario, there's always the airlock.
Yeah. So I guess we'll.
Krellin, we can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't let you do that.
So
You'll have to shove me
as
out
you
that
guys
airlock, too.
are,
If
flying
I
through
have
the
to.
asteroids and whatnot, yeah, somebody want to go talk to them then?
Valen was going to go talk to Lan for a moment on his
Okay.
way to the barracks area to go heal.
I guess I'll
Uh,
I'll continue to keep flying and just kind of look over at Krell and say, "Why don't you find out where the our 3 passengers want to go? I don't know if we want to take them back to the High Hand or not, because that's like Naramu's or Narama. Is that like his gangster ship?
It's you've gathered it's a ship that he definitely operates out of at sometimes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what the I don't know what the background. These 3 people could be feds. I don't know. I want to take them to the
Right.
criminal headquarters. So yeah, tell Carl they went. Let's see where they want to go.
All right, I'll walk off and go find the trio.
Okay. So Valen and Lan, you guys are go ahead if you guys are doing something.
I wanted to. I think this would work. I want to hand a data card to Lan and go. I need a copy of everything you got. Jedi
Lan
bed.
is absolutely. Lan is at the moment. He's ejected the data card out for himself, and he's writing 6 eyes on it because he's going to give it to Narama.
Okay.
And he's put it in a little case with the eye sample that he took for him, and he's got a little report he's writing. He's very professional about it, and he's just like, "Yeah, I figured you'd want a copy for yourself," and he just takes your data card and copies it on for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
We
And,
always supply proof, apparently. Very
I want
literally.
to. How long does that take?
Sometimes
to
my
copy?
clients they have some weird requests for proof of kill, and I'm tired of being stiffed on these jobs. This is only for 1,000 credits, but I better get paid.
So how long would it take to copy a data card? Is it quick?
Yeah, not too long. So Valen, you hand that over, and Lan does his thing. Is able to copy over the same information and get that back to you.
Okay, and then I'll just turn into him. Are you hurt? I didn't really get a chance to see back in that fray how badly everybody was injured. We had to get out of there pretty quick, but if you're injured, say the word.
Land nods and says, "Oh, managed. He's kind of roughed up, but he's on the level."
I'm gonna twin cast heal. One to me, one to him.
Okay.
Let's see. That one is to me. This one's to him. So I heal 8. He heals 11. So we get that extra +3.
All right. Very nice. So Krellin, you head back to the crew quarters, and you see that Dindao is looking a little bit more alert than the other two. And he just he looks up at you and he says, "What was that? What is going on? Is everything okay?"
Oh, everything's fine. Just a bit of turbulence. Say, we are heading back to a rather unsavory locale. What is your opinion on Narama, if you have heard of the individual?
Well, I'd say everyone's heard of Narama in these parts. I think he's the type to, as long as you don't cross him, yeah, there won't be any harm. So we are just simply taking advantage of the land rush out here, and unfortunately, as you guys discovered, got caught in potentially wrong place at the wrong time. But looking past my rambling, yeah, I guess, it sounds like you're heading back to see him.
Yes, that is correct. Are you fine going to his ship?
Yeah, I would not have any issue with that. Probably would be good for us to just stay here. I think that Frost and Heron, might need to just do that anyway, unless I make no assumptions about your relationship with Narama, but perhaps they could provide some medical help once we get there.
I will see if that can be arranged once we
Otherwise,
arrive.
otherwise, where do you plan to head from there?
Whatever seems the most interesting.
Well, otherwise we would head back to Kalaran. So if you're heading back that way, we tag along as well. Um, wouldn't be opposed to maybe talking with Narama himself, and maybe he can help loan us another ship or something. He's always seems always up for that.
I'm sure he is. Most of his type like to have people in his debts. Quite beneficial of a resource.
Yes, definitely.
All right. I will go see what the others plan to do after this expedition is over, and then we can go from there.
That sounds great. And again, thank you all so much for coming to our rescue. We certainly, you saw what happened to our ship. We would have gone on that same way. So we are definitely in your debt.
Of course. And I'll just sort of nod and head back to the cockpit to go sit down beside Dak as he pilots us away.
Well, what they have to say? They coming along for the ride, or we dropping them off?
They're interested to come along, see where it leads.
All right. So I'll continue the course to the High Hand.
All right. So,
How long is it till there? Like how long of a trip?
it's a little bit. I'd say, I don't know, maybe a few hours. It's a long. It probably feels a lot longer than it actually is. And the destruction of the asteroid as well has left your ship functional, but still heavily damaged. And there was some maneuvering systems damage as well, and so something that Dak really had to work against. But you guys eventually make it back to the high hand. You get back, and Narama greets you. He has, there's at the as you dock with his large, very large vessel. There's technicians and things rush out and kind of see the ship, and it looks like that they're immediately going to begin kind of working, looking over the ship, seeing what might need to be done about that. But there is a couple guards that come and meet you and escort you back into that chamber that you first met with Narama, and he is there waiting for you, and he welcomes you back. Says, so do you have what information do you have for me?
I'll just gonna say I'd gesture to Lan.
Yeah, Lan steps forward and says, "Sir, here's my report," and hands over like the data card, the sample of the eye, and this hands over his data pad with his stylus pen and says, "Signed here on this this invoice to accept that this job has been completed."
He looks at you with his two sets of eyes. He just gives you this dead blank stare, and he takes the data card, and he holds his gaze at you and like just hands it over to one of his guards, who takes it over and puts it into a device and pulls it up. And then it begins playing, and so you start playing back, and you're seeing like as you first entered and whatnot, and then Narama then turns his attention to it, and he kind of like spins his finger around, and the guard seems to like speed it up really fast. So you see this really fast forward of it, whatnot, jumping through, and at few little bits here. So you get like the aliens, and then going into the room with the giant orb, the sound orb, whatever, and then bits and pieces of the firefight, whatnot, and then basically. Then that Blair Witch, whatever style running at the very end into your escape. And then the tape, cuts out, right? Did you only give him the data card? Did you say?
I gave him the data card and then one of the eyes,
okay.
The one that I wrote on there, getting cut out, but I have some samples that he doesn't know.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, and then he so he looks at that and he kind of like strokes his chin, and then he observes the eye as well, and he sets that down somewhere, and he says, very interesting, very intriguing. It looks like you had some visitors along your way. What is the condition of this this location now that after you've left? It did not look very good on the way out.
Permanently inaccessible.
Very diplomatic answer.
He nods and he says, I see. That is potentially unfortunate, but I think there is still a worthy amount of information here to learn about more about this location.
Real quick, Todd, remind me, when we talked to him, Narama, before we left, did he seem to indicate, he indicated that nobody else he had given the job to besides us, but did anybody else know about the asteroid besides him or his group, or did
he certainly did not. He
that?
certainly did not seem to say anything about that. No. Nope.
Okay. All right.
Give me an intelligence check, Dak.
Okay. So I was going to ask him who else knew about this place, because we weren't expecting visitors.
Okay. So, having that thought, and I assume you're kind of going after these other pirates, that came after you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Having that thought, maybe gets pushed a little bit away from the fact that that pirates, so these pirates in their history and kind of going after and hijacking other ships, you feel that maybe they just caught onto your ship and they were just, that's what they were after. That, knowing that things, being confident that, Narama didn't hire somebody else or whatever, you think that really it was just a matter of some pirates trying to go after a ship that seemed, up to sea.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. So Narama, he says, he thanks you for the information, whatnot, and he says, I'm glad that you all have came out of this well, and you have proven yourselves all that initially I can trust you, and that should certainly not be taken for granted. There are many that would love to have the trust of myself, so consider yourselves lucky in that regard. There will likely be many other endeavors in the future if you are inclined, and they will prove themselves quite lucrative. I promise you that, as long as you are always upfront about any findings or are able to take care of the job swiftly. He then kind of, calls over to somebody, and another guard comes over and begins to hand out, payment to each of you. And he says, payment for the job and a little extra to show you that I do appreciate your work. But let it be known that, this is trust that goes both ways. So you guys each find 2,000 total credits from Narama for your payment. He says, additionally, my technicians here on my ship have gone through to make as much repairs as possible in the time allotted to get your ship back to a more functional order until you can get back to your base of operations, then take care of the rest of the issues needed.
Much appreciated.
Yes. Thank you, Narama.
You are.
Appreciate your professionalism in this matter.
You are all very welcome. I shall speak with you again soon. I'm very sure of it. And then he kind of just goes back to, a desk or whatever there, and the guards kind of step forward to usher you back out to your ship.
All right.
So you head out, get to your starship, and you can see that there's technicians. Looks like they're wrapping up some repairs there and whatnot. Definitely cosmetically, things still looking pretty rough, but you're confident that things are going to be functioning a bit better. As you guys board back on the ship, Dindao is there, and Frost and Heron are there, and Frost and Heron have woken up at least. And Dindao seems to be kind of like briefing them on the situation, whatnot, and he sees you come in and says, he just says, "Oh, so what's the word? What did you guys find out?"
I believe we have an open schedule now. If, in looking around to the group, you so wish to stick together, I found that each of our more peculiar methods of handling things sort of worked out well together.
Except for that part where you're gonna let me die, but that's.
He sort
He
of
says-
just shrugs.
He
He's like,
says jokingly. He says jokingly.
Charles' face is dead serious. He's like, I would have done what I had to.
I don't believe that. But I'm
Well,
the
as long
Jedi
as
were
it,
non. Sorry, go ahead.
I would say, as long as it continues to be profitable, I have no issues with it. I'm not looking after the kid though. That's your job.
I can take care of myself. Thank you very much.
So as you guys begin to have
Behold.
this conversation amongst yourselves, Captain Dindao cuts in again and says, "Sorry to break this up, but you know what's the plan? What's going on?"
We need to get the ship back to Rena, don't we?
It is her ship, right? Like she owns
Yeah.
it.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
I should probably check in with her. These guys wanted to talk. I can't remember. Did this guy want to talk? Well, I guess Krellin, you talked to him. Did he want to talk to Naramu while we were here? I can't
Balin,
remember.
would you like if you say that out loud and mention Rena, um, mentioning heading back to the place, Captain Dindal would kind of chime in and say, "Oh yes, Rena's fantastic. So this is a loner, you said? Perhaps she might have something else for us. See if she's looking for some work."
Yeah, if you need work, we're heading that way. We'll gladly take you there. You can figure out what you want to do from there. But we can get you there.
As much as it can be, sometimes good to be on the right side of Narama, there can sometimes be a bit of a risk involved, and Rena's a little bit easier to work with sometimes. So, yeah, if you guys don't mind us tagging along a little bit further, gladly will.
It's on the way.
Yeah, meter's still running. Don't worry.
It never stopped.
Because we're the finest Uber in the sector.
All right, so you guys take off from the High Hand, heading back to Kalaran. You land back at Rena's transport service and are greeted by a, jaw-dropped Rhodian as this ship peters in and settles there in the transport service, and you guys come down and she's just looking around and it's like, "What did you do to my ship?"
I'm gonna whisper to Krellin, I'm like, I am not dealing with this one. Just set back a little.
Well, you see, we did nothing to it. It was what other things did to it that caused this issue. Captain Daxar was extremely diligent and careful in his flying. However, outward threats disagreed.
So, Rana, you know how it goes out there in the asteroid field. 1 minute you're flying along, not a care in the world. Next thing you know, there's pirates, there's asteroids. It's we did the best we could. We got her back in one piece.
She looks around and she's just like,
Dish falls off.
I mean, it looks like, yeah, right? I mean, they're bandaged together, maybe one piece, but she says, "Well, did you find anything useful?"
Yeah, we found some information, made some new friends, made a few credits. All in all, not a bad trip.
So pretty close right behind you is the crew of the other ship as well, and you mentioned that, and she kind of looks past them and says, "Captain Dindao, what do I owe this pleasure? Are you hanging out with this crew now? Not likely to see you without a ship." I always freeze when I realize I have to roleplay with myself.
Yeah, I was like waiting for you to respond to yourself now.
And so Dindao, he just replies, and he basically gives a recap of the story and mentions how you guys helped him out, and he goes on and just says, he says, if we could maybe get some work from you, or work towards getting a new ship, if you have something available. As well, yeah, I think I might be able to work something out. We'll definitely see about that. Looks like Frost and Heron, they're could use some love. So why don't you guys get taken care of, and then we'll definitely see what we can do. And then she turns back to the rest of you guys and she says, now as far as you all, I feel that perhaps still need to take care of your rental fee for the ship. So I've got some cargo runs here in the next week. You guys handle that, and we'll be all squared up going forward. Does that sound fair?
We pay what is it? That's fair.
It's very fair.
Lan just holds out his hand for her to shake it.
She extends her green Rhodian hand to you, takes yours, and gives you a shake, acknowledging the agreement between you. She says, sounds good. It's always nice to have good hands around here to help with running some cargo and whatnot. So as long as you guys can handle that, definitely be opportunities beyond this going forward if you'd like.
You know how to reach us.
All right. So from there, you guys head off from the transport service, heading back to your respective residences or lodgings or whatnot. Those that may have them here on Kularan, or you can head back to somewhere else if you like, more long term. And so that's where tonight's session will end. Come back in a week. So you guys will all have 1 week of downtime to utilize between the session. Yeah, this would be a good time as well if you guys want to some offline RP as well. Handle that. So figure out.
Right.
I know Lan and Dag, you guys are more stationed off Kularan, somewhere else. So figure that out. But
Go find a cantina, maybe a casino.
there you go. Yeah. Yep. There's definitely plenty of those to be found, to be had. So certainly can check that out.
I have an idea for what I want to do. I'll have to message you later because it'll probably require a little bit of input from you.
Yeah.
Just get an
Yep.
idea.
And then in regards to the downtime, most of the activities are open, so just let me know how that works out. Go from there. So
Hopefully, there's a downtime for like Scooby Doo mystery investigations or something.
there kind of is, yeah. I think Dak,
Espionage.
you've done that a little bit before, right? I forget what it's called, espionage maybe, or
Oh,
Well, there's that one.
in
I've
the
done
other game,
I've done the bounty hunting one, but yeah, I think there is an actual espionage.
or what's the carousing where you're just looking for contacts?
Oh, that one. Yeah, that one is cool. Yeah, where you
Didn't
can.
you write one, Todd, for like smuggling?
What's that?
Didn't you write one for smuggling?
Did I do the smuggling? Which one did you do, Indy?
It was
did.
the
The bounty hunting.
I did group bounty hunting. You
Yeah,
did the,
I did the group
smuggling.
cargo smuggling. Yeah, yep.
Oh, okay, group
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I just remembered it had a different theme than the public thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically it
private.
was so like the whole group has to do that.
Okay.
But there's higher reward as a group than going individually. So just another
Okay.
opportunity. But yeah, they're fun. So yeah.
Mhm.
All right, guys. Cool. Well, good session.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, we'll come back and see you next week.
All right. See you guys in chat.
You gonna bring your lost cat next time, Lan?
There you go.
great set, as always. Thank you for running.
My cats can't be controlled.
Oh, it's funny because you have your little backsplash there, and then I just see this cat head poke in.
I know.
In and out. Yeah.
Player 5 has entered the game.
Yeah, you can't. They cannot be wrangled in any way.
Anytime you don't want them to do it, they're gonna do it that much more. You just
Oh,
have
yeah.
to till they give up.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Good deal. We'll catch you later.
All right.
right.
See ya.
Thanks again, Todd.
Goodbye.
Alrighty, chat, those of you hanging out, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the session. We will be back in 1 week, next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for session 3. Continue this adventure. We do have a one-shot coming up on Wednesday. There's actually a new game as well Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time as well. Check that out here on my Twitch. So make sure you followed if you have not yet. See you then. Have a good night.